Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. For the cryptocurrency industry as a whole, this is undoubtedly monumental news. U.S. senators reintroduce crypto bill aimed at comprehensive regulation. That's the headline from Cointelegraph. There is, therefore, much to discuss. Let me just say this right off the bat. Now that I have a better grasp of it, I do plan to read the entire bill. But from what I've heard so far, and from the analyses I've read from lawyers in the crypto industry, it appears like this measure would save XRP. Unfortunately, it's already too late. Since the SEC is already attempting to put Ripple out of business through litigation. Isn't that like suing people who have XRP? That'll do the trick, damn it. My assumption, which has served me well so far, is that this would protect XRP. Unfortunately, it's too late to prevent Judge Torres from ordering inclusion in this instance. However, there is now a caveat to consider. Alright, from a technical standpoint. The XRP token might be saved if this happens. Of course, that's if we keep getting awful decisions. The case takes years to resolve and ultimately reaches the Supreme Court. If that's the case, then okay. Quite literally, what you're talking about here is a congressional authority putting into effect a new legislation, as it is Congress that has the ultimate say in what agencies may and cannot do. Oh my God, I pray that this doesn't continue on for a few more years if you're talking about anything that could bring us really horrible news here in the immediate future. But if that's what you mean, then yeah, it could in theory, still sakes, but we're going to have ruined before this thing passes if it is what people think it is. And it just seems like so many of the things I've read on this site already are comments and things that could have been properly done. It's frustrating to think about how it hasn't been working. But it just shows me that this is where we're headed in the long run. That's how I see it, at least. But before I go any further, I should state that I have no training in law or finance. I am not qualified to give you financial or legal counsel. Nothing I say should be used as a basis for making any financial decisions. Just a hobbyist here that occasionally posts films to YouTube on various crypto-related topics. So let's get started, and then I'll give you some insight from Metal Lawman, aka Attorney James Murphy. His insights are often insightful, and he generally comes out as a quite bright guy. Provides a superb evaluation and viewpoint. Let the United States lead the way, then. A bill to create a comprehensive regulatory framework for digital assets will be reintroduced by Senators Cynthia Lummis and Kirsten Gillibrand. After being put on hold for approximately a year during the previous session of Congress, the Responsible Financial Innovation Act will be reintroduced to the Senate on July 12. Wow, that's a spaghetti bill. The two senators have both said things that have left me skeptical. Some of the things they've stated have me truly questioning what the devil they might be planning. I'm almost positive that within the last month I created a video where I called out some crap that Senator Gillibrand had said. And she is making conflicting claims. So it's that, and there's also some other stuff. I remember covering some comments made by Lummis at the time. I don't recall all the details, but her statements at the time might be interpreted to make XRP a security if they were incorporated into this bill. And I do recall witnessing her scenes and the like, but now we see the version, as it is being pushed at this specific time. It doesn't sound like that would be the case. It sounds like there's a way forward. In any case, the bicameral bill proceeds with a provision. In an effort to clarify the roles of the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission in regulating digital assets and promoting consumer protection, Republican Lummis and Democratic Gillibrand introduced legislation. As we proceed, it will become clear that this finally appears to strip the SEC of any form of jurisdiction over the crypto area. Now, hear new crypto regulatory law from the standpoint of Attorney James Murphy. Wyoming Republican John Lummis and New York Democrat Kirsten Gillibrand have each presented comprehensive bills to regulate the cryptocurrency and digital asset industry. This is an updated version of a bill proposed by senators last session. Here are 3 major points to remember. Additionally, please take note, and Attorney Murphy comments on this, that not particularly high, and the lawyer didn't even mention his opinion that, we're not gonna have any sort of substantial legislation passed as respects crypto, possibly for years. Unfortunately, I agree with Attorney Dean that this is likely the case, and I hate to be a downer about it. Nonetheless, I also feel that if the SEC finds in favor of this damn thing, it should be taken to the Supreme Court. If it takes 5 years, we might see something like this passed before then, in which case, we're good to go anyhow, spare me the disapproving glance. First of all, according to Attorney Murphy, bill would clarify that crypto assets that do not represent an investment in the underlying project are commodities, not securities. A token is a commodity if it confers no rights to the issuer, such as dividends, interest, or ownership. And at that point, folks, I was all like, okay, that should save XRP. What the hell are these two senators up to? Is the question I was sort of posing a few minutes ago. Some of what they stated caught my attention, and I found myself wondering, what is your true intent? Is that all you are, Bitcoin? Maxis? The heck is going on, right? Things they've said have given me reason to doubt it. That's probably great for XRP, even though it sounds fantastic, and most people will probably agree with that as they read it. Can we be sure? And it's not 100%? It all boils down to motivation. Take it as read a second time and I'd say sure. However, we will try to counter the argument that XRP is not a commodity because of the financial interest crypto Ripple has in the underlying enterprise. They try to counter it with an equally weak argument. Is it distinct enough to be understood? From my vantage point, things appears to be headed in the correct direction. However, I still have my doubts since I don't have faith in these senators. I just go off on evidence. Both of them, I was told, are untrustworthy. In a nutshell, they appear to be adopting a 30,000-foot perspective. They appear to be staunch supporters of cryptography. It remains to be seen if they actually follow through. That's all I've got for you right now. Murphy, the attorney, continues. Second, the measure charges the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, with overseeing cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase. Oh, no, that's not the SEC. That settles it. This, once again, would constitute a congressional order and, so, a law. Kim Jong-un isn't in command, the CFTC is. Any thoughts on those apples? Then he goes on to claim that the measure has robust protections for customers by requiring things like keeping customer funds separate and disclosing reserve levels on a regular basis. And I like the sound of that. Really, I can't think of anyone who would object to that. Ideally, these safeguards would be adequate. But, I'm not sure. I'd rather not take a stand against it. The third major provision of the proposed legislation would authorize stable coins to be issued by financial institutions subject to the supervision of the Federal Reserve. Now that I've come to appreciate Tether, I think stable coins should be backed one-for-one by high-quality liquid assets. And who the hell are you backing up? When do you plan on being honest? Will you ever show your true colors, Tether? I think that would be great. After that, he claims that the OCC will give priority to current stable currency issuers in their pursuit of new licenses. In conclusion, while it's unlikely that the bill will pass this term, it would be helpful for cryptocurrency exchanges fighting SEC enforcement actions that are now pending. For the simple reason that it serves as further confirmation that Congress is the ultimate arbiter of crypto regulation. Certainly not the SEC. I love it. Again, it's important to closely monitor what happens next. But at first glance, it seems fine. Yes, you have convinced me of that. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. You do realize that I am not a financial counselor and that you should not base any investment decisions on what I say, correct? Please like and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video, bye.